Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. 8 people have been killed and many injured in a shooting in the US city of Indianapolis. That's according to the local police. Witnesses heard several gunshots at a FedEx facility, and one said he had seen a man firing an automatic weapon. The gunman, thought to have been acting alone, is reported to have killed himself. Authorities said there was no further threat to public safety. Police say several of the injured are in hospital.
Stop right fucking now!
Meanwhile, Chicago police have released graphic footage of an officer shooting dead a 13-year-old boy. Body cam video shows the policeman shouting "drop it" before shooting Adam Toledo once in the chest. The boy does not appear to be holding a weapon in the split second he was shot, but police video shows a handgun near the spot where he falls. Small protests were held around Chicago hours after the city's mayor appealed for calm. The video's release follows the fatal police shooting on April the 11th of Daunte Wright by an officer in Minneapolis. Hong Kong pro-democracy media tycoon Jimmy Lai has been sentenced to 12 months in prison after being found guilty of unauthorized assembly.
No matter whether we are in jail or outside, we work together.
Mr. Lai was one of several activists in court on Friday who were earlier found guilty of charges relating to large pro-democracy demonstrations in 2019. The 73-year-old founder of Apple Daily newspaper is a fierce critic of Beijing. The verdict comes as the mainland is increasingly cracking down on Hong Kong's rights and freedoms. China's economy grew a record 18.3% in the first quarter of 2021 compared to the same quarter last year. It's the biggest jump in gross domestic product since China started keeping quarterly records in 1992. However, Friday's figures are below expectations, as experts predicted a 19% growth. In the first quarter of 2020, China's economy shrank 6.8% due to nationwide lockdowns at the peak of its COVID-19 outbreak. It's been announced that the EU is unlikely to renew COVID-19 vaccine contracts next year with companies such as AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson.
Qui fonctionnent très bien et qui ont une faible.
A French junior industry minister said the vaccines were working well and had few side effects, and new vaccines such as Novavax and Sanofi are expected to expand the pool.
Second quarter, what is committed?
The European Union has said it hopes to have its own digital green pass ready in time for the summer. The Archbishop of Canterbury has said the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral will be a profound chance for the Queen to say farewell to her husband of 73 years. Prince Philip's funeral will take place at St George's Chapel in Windsor Castle on Saturday. The Duke's children will walk alongside his hearse during the procession.
She's the Queen. She will behave with the extraordinary dignity and extraordinary courage that she always does.
Mali's transitional government has said the legislative and presidential elections will be held on February the 27th next year. The country is expected to return to democracy after last year's military coup that ousted President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. The international community has repeatedly been calling for a return to democracy after the coup. The military junta behind the coup were dissolved in January 2021, but senior military personnel still hold several key posts in a 25-member transitional government. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta has ordered all teachers to have a COVID-19 vaccine, irrespective of their age. The country has been vaccinating school managers and those aged above 50, elderly citizens and frontline workers. More than 500,000 people have had the AstraZeneca jab out of the more than 1 million doses delivered to the country. Mr. Kenyatta said all teachers and non-teaching staff in schools should have the jab before schools reopen on May the 10th. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.